Good evening, MPHL. This is going to be one of the first games and probably few that are going to be commentated by somebody. Typically, I likes to be secretive and not talk. Today we have one of the expedition games. It's going to be Atlanta Vamps versus the Providence Penguins. And welcome to the 2024 season. It's been quite some time before that we've actually had a game and a tournament in this game. And I see a lot of OGs are coming back, a few new players coming in, and wanting to finally, get some action because a lot of other games have not really shown up to the Roll Hockey community. So it's nice to get a change of pace, but I'll jump into the game here. A few of the players, Gummy, Plaz, Exalted, and Danny, a few of the OGs that played in previous seasons. The Penguins had a few signings very recently that made them a little bit more of a scary team. The Vamps have been a pretty strong, kind of a choice from the jump. And on the opposing team, they got Vex, Shark, Meme, Jaden, Blood, and Extreme. Pretty decent players, so exciting about this game. We got a shot here from center ice. Already a save here coming in from the Vamps goalie. We got Gummy blocks in net. A little bit of commotion in front of the net, so we're going to try to see what happens here. Exalted trying to clear it out of the defensive zone, and he's bringing it up to center ice. And we got a shot just a little bit off of the net. Plaz a little bit in front, trying to get a shot off, and it's going to be a miss. And we got Meme dragging it up the ice for the Penguins. A little bit of a shot off, and it's going to be dumped into center ice. Plaz hopefully trying to pick it up here for the Vamps. And a weird bounce here. Vex with some speed, but it's going to be cleared. And the Penguins get a little bit of a break as they pick up the puck. Nice clear here down. Samty trying to pick it up, but fails to do so. Vex has some speed, trying to get in front of the net. Weird little bounce in front at the hash marks. Exalted picking it up, clearing it down to the center ice. And Plaz desperately trying to get his hands on the puck at the first point here. Exalted dragging it up. And a little bit of commotion causes him to lose the puck as Vex comes down into center ice. And Sammy steals it away, clears it down. So they get a little bit of leeway to work here. Penguins pick it back up, and it's going to dump it down to center ice. And Sammy once again picking it up. And we've seen a little bit of commotion between teams. We've seen some banter in the comments. It's very interesting to see teams already starting to kind of, put the pressure on each other. And since this is the first game, it's quite hectic. Vamps are a very prospect-looking team. Plaz missing the shot here, trying to wrap around. And like I was saying, it's going to be an interesting because in MPHL, we've seen a little bit of a disparity between teams. So this season, it's quite interesting to see how every single team kind of has something to worry about. The Cyclops, they got Zahn, they got a few nice players that we've seen before that have performed on the ice. And so it's nice to have a kind of fresh pace of players in row hockey in general. As Exalted is pinging it up down here, offensive end, trying to pass it off down to his teammate. It's going to be a miss. Nazi tries to pick it up here, having a little bit of a battle. Dumps it up just to the hash marks. Gets a shot off here. Shark is going to easily grab that, and I think he's going to hold it there. As 2 minutes are already played in this quarter. Not too bad. Honestly, we've seen a few shots, we've seen a few things, but I think teams are still just trying to warm up, trying to, get into the rhythm. A lot of teams haven't scrimmed previously before these games. The Penguins have played, I think, one game previously, but other than that, they've kind of, still getting into the rhythm here, getting into the woodworks as they haven't played in a very long time. 3 years since our last tournament, so everybody's really excited. I'm sure that there's people putting in the work, trying to get that chip, that accolade that they may not have already. And here we're going to see crossing the line on the Penguins' first shot on the goal. So we're going to have a little bit of a breakage here, maybe a little bit of a staff TP. But I will want to touch base kind of on the competitive nature of this tournament. We have a lot of teams, like I said previously, that are kind of all have their own areas of danger. The Passion has a lot of great players on there. Ryan, Ray, we've seen Who's Galaxy perform pretty well as well in the past, 2 double cup champ. And we've seen Cuberto perform in the last few tournaments that we've had. So it's quite interesting to see the disparity between teams and the kind of the competitive nature that we have in this season more so. Especially with in previous times, we've seen a lot of teams where it's just 2 teams, and that's quite literally it. There's only 2 teams that are competitive each year, and it's just basically whoever's going to win, whoever's going to get the first strike there. and every other team is kind of, left in the dust. But here we kind of have, we don't just have all those Vardos on one goddamn team. So it's quite interesting to see. A few of the teams to look out for, I'd definitely say the Cyclones. The Cyclones look pretty dangerous. They've got some kind of notorious names on there. We've seen Zon perform in the past. We know he has a cup. We know he has what it takes to win, to be a champion. So we're going to try to see if he can do that once again. And we've seen Ray perform in numerous tournaments. We know that what he's capable of. We know that he's one of the top players in the league. However, are all of these players rusty? Have they been putting that work in the offseason? Have they been putting in the work in before the tournament? We are kind of going to have to just see that when the time comes. But it's, like I said, very interesting. We've got a lot of great names all over the board. We have some great players that have played in previous seasons, and we know they can perform at a different level. We know that they can perform on a next level occasion. So, and after review, the call on the ice stands as a no goal because there's not enough evidence to overturn the call. So we're still going to have that 0-0 mark. We have not yet to score a goal, but however, we know MPHL, and we know it could happen in the future. So we're gonna have a 0-0, 2 minutes in, 30 seconds left to go. And we're gonna start here off at center ice after the review. Exalted and Vex having a little bit of a battle. Vex is going to easily kind of pick that up, shoot it down, and Plaz hopefully trying to get that stick on there. And Vex easily combats that away and tries to get out of his defensive zone. And he's looking unsuccessful to do so. Exalted has some dangerous potential here, but it's going to be cleared away from Penguins defense. Quite easily, might I say. The goalie for the Vamps clears that easily. Gummy Block showing off his passing abilities. Exalted trying to get a shot off net, but it's going to be off slightly. Shark tips it away from his pad, and he's going to cover it back up with his glove. And kind of a recovering moment here for the Penguins, trying to slow down the momentum for the Vamps, as they are a fairly dangerous team to look out for in this tournament. Looking at some of these names, we know Exalted is capable of scoring. We know Gummy is a very prosperous goalie. So there's going to be some problems, I think, between a few teams dealing with the Vamps. And I'm interested to see what tactics they're going to try to apply to each of these teams. As Nazi is coming up already, a possible one-on-one opportunity. It looks like he's left in the dust, and he's going to miss completely, shooting off to the left side. I'm not sure if he got nervous. I'm not sure if that was a misclick. But that is a wasted opportunity, and the Vamps are going to try to take advantage of that and counter-strike, but it looks like it's swatted away from the Penguins. Scythe trying to get a shot on net, and it's also going to and just dumps it down into the offensive zone. And Gummy trying to pass it off again. A nice little dime to his defender, as it's going to end up back in center ice. And Sammy's trying to kind of push it up here. Vex gets the puck off and just dumps it back into their defensive zone so they can look for a line change. Gummy Blocks looking for a pass here to center ice, as there's kind of naked here defensively. And Exalted has the puck. And Ozzy easily just kind of dumps it out here. A shot that's kind of on net. A weird bounce there. Very close. And Sammy, I think, is going to easily swipe it away here. But there's a little bit of trouble Vex is giving him with 48 seconds left on the clock. Can they get the first point that they need? And that's going to be a little bit of an offsides there so they don't touch it. And dumped here down to center ice. We still have a little bit under 40 seconds. There's still chances to score. Sammy picking up here with speed, but at the blue line, he's finding trouble getting in. And the Penguins give him a good defensive onset right there, and they're not able to get in as Vex clears it once again into the defensive zone of the Vamps. And the Penguins, another wasted opportunity here. A little bit of a hard pass off of his stick. And bounces it back here off the pads of Gummy. And I think he's going to hold it here with 17.4 seconds left to go. And it's interesting there. Nazi, I think, we've seen him before. We know that he's capable of taking advantage of the one-on-one. I'm not sure if that was just maybe a little bit of a kind of misclick technology mishap there. That's very much possible. However, that's kind of an unexpected event there coming in from Nazi. We know he's a veteran. We know he can score. So it's just kind of unfortunate. That's a wasted opportunity here. Pass down to center ice. Sammy just trying to push it up, I think, just to waste the time, make sure that they don't get anything. But it's going to be 8 seconds left. Vex kind of alone here with 5 seconds left on the clock. He could get a last shot, and it's going to go in, as Gummy is unable to put that blocker up in time with 3 seconds left. And the Penguins are the first ones to put a point on the board. A phenomenal shot here from Vex. essentially doing what Nazi couldn't and taking advantage of the one-on-one. And we've also seen Vex perform very well in other times as well, so it's very good to see. With 3 seconds left, what can happen here. However, there's still 2 periods left, so let's not get too excited. But the Penguins do have the off-slot pressure here, I believe. I do think that they're playing a little bit better than the Vamps in this first period. However, you know, teams are still warming up. Teams are still kind of getting used to the rhythm. So Vex is just going to dump it down here to make sure there's no time for them to do anything. And we're going to end the first period with 1-0. 7-4 shots on goal. So the Penguins are putting on a little bit of pressure. They're definitely playing a little bit better offensively. Defensively, I would argue even so. The only time that Gummy has really faced anything too crazy... Sorry, I mean the Penguins goalie has faced anything too crazy is if there was a little bit of a weird bounce off of a pass, and so I think he just kind of gained a few shots on goal from that instead of full-on shots. So it's interesting to see Gummy Blocks catching a little bit more of a stray here, facing a little bit more shots, a little bit tougher shots, very dangerous opportunities in front, so it kind of looks like the Penguins wanted a little bit more than the Vamps do. Exalted kind of underperforming here for his team, even though, you know, I would argue Exalted is most likely their goal scorer. However, it's only the second period, as Plaz is saying in the comments. You know, there's still a lot of time to make something happen here, and something could flip very easily. As it's going to be the defensive pressure in the Penguins, they're going to try to dump it down here to center ice as Meme picks it back up, looking for a possible passing chance here. He doesn't really have much to score there with. Exalted picking it back up. I think he's just going to dump it down into the Penguin zone. And the Penguins are looking for a pass to clear. And it's looking like it's headed towards center ice. And it's going to be passed a little bit back and forth. Exalted looking for a shot blocked here by the defense. And cleared down to a pass to Meme, as there's a chance that he could pick it up here and get a nice shot here. Slightly over Gummy's glove, and he didn't quite get that up in time. So I do believe that if that was a little bit on net, that would have been a score. And the Vamps are going to pick it back up here, trying to get the defensive pressure put onto the Vamps. And it's going to be a huge hit down here into center ice. As the Vamps are picking it back up here, it's a 2v1 opportunity, but it's going to be wasted a little bit here, taking too much time to do anything. And Shark picks it back up into his glove, trying to break the momentum and make sure that the Vamps don't have any chance of doing anything here. So that's going to be a great stoppage of play here, Shark. Give them a little bit of a chance to kind of, you know, revise maybe what they want to do, get a little bit more, get a little bit more stamina as well. So very good stoppage here, very good grab. As Nazi and Exalted face off in the face-off. And Exalted putting the pressure on here, trying to dig deep, really put that hustle play on as Vex gets the speed, so he's able to push it up past center ice. And he's at the blue line. Getting a little bit of defensive pressure here as Nazi picks it back up. Possible pass in front here, trying to get a tippage. I think the puck is a little bit too slow, but then Gummy is going to easily slide with it away with the glove. And again, Gummy seems to be facing a little bit more pressure than everybody else in terms of goalie. So we're looking at 10-6 shots on net, and so it's a little bit of a disparity there. And we're going to jump right here into another face-off as Meme and Plaz face off each other. Scythe trying to get a pass off in front to Nazi, but it's going to be deflected away from the Vamps goalie. And Scythe trying to wrap it around here. Sam fighting to get it out as far as he can, and then Meme and such are fighting for it. Shot on net here. It's going to be a low blocker shot save from Gummy once again. And they're really putting the pressure here on Gummy to put all the defensive stops that they need. The Vamps need to reevaluate their defense, see what they're doing wrong, see what they can kind of get the Penguins off of their momentum. But it doesn't really seem like anything that they're trying is seeming to work. We have 11-6 shots on goal, and a lot of those are actual genuine shots on the net. And it's very difficult for Gummy to try to pick up this pace. He's already lost 1 goal to him, so I think the momentum is kind of already breaking there. As Vex picks it back up for the Penguins. Gets a shot off, but it's not quite too hard. But there's another one, water opportunity chances. It's a rebound, and it's going to be gloved by Gummy. Great stoppage there, as the Vamps fail to get back on time defensively and help out their goaltender. Again, putting the pressure on Gummy Blocks to make the necessary save there, so great work from him. However, they really have to reevaluate what they're trying to do here, as the Penguins are just non-stop putting that pressure on the goalie, putting that pressure on the defense. and the more possession that they have, the better for them. If we're just talking about statistically. So Sammy desperately trying to get the puck out, gets a nice dump here as Penguins try to desperately get it off. They are going to pass it down here to Meme and Scythe. It's going to be a 2-on-2 possibility here if he could get that pass off the net, but it's going to hit the back of it instead. Meme still desperately trying to fight there. Goldie's off, and Sam still manages to get it out there. Kind of a funny situation as it bounces pretty badly, and I do believe there was also a hittage. Trying to pass in front here with a tip, and Gummy's just going to easily stop that away. That's not a problem for him as Meme picks it back up. Sam slips on the ice here, falls down to the ground, and they're going to abuse that and just tuck that easily. We're not sure if the Penguins have been, in the weight room, what they've ever been doing, but they're definitely putting on the pressure for the Vamps. The Vamps, I think we need to take some skating classes, maybe some one-on-one skating classes. We're just falling on, out of nowhere. So it's going to be 16 shots on goal to 6, a very huge disparity between both the goalies and defensive pressure. So the Vamps, I talked a little bit this before, and it seems like the Vamps are probably one of the better teams out there, but this first game is not really all that convincing for me, as the Penguins are playing a much more solid hockey. They know what they're doing. They're passing it off. They have very good names to their team. So it's interesting to see. Article is a very, seasoned veteran player. Is going to be on here for the Penguins as the Vamps have to deal with Articles trying to get it in front here. Again, a shot save here by Gummy. Very simple shot, very easy save there for him. We don't doubt him, as Exalted is going to try to get it down here to center ice with very little pressure. However, the Penguins getting back and playing phenomenal defense. They're not wasting their time. They're playing very pressurized. They are not allowing people to get the pass off. However, Penguins are going to dump it back up to the Vamps. However, Gummy is trying to desperately get that puck out of his defensive zone, and he is going to successfully manage to do so. But Nazi will still pick that up back up at center ice. There's a little bit of a disparity. Exalted coming back here with speed as Articles and Nazi are desperately trying to pack it up here. But Gummy is going to easily swat that away again. A little bit of a mishap here. Articles has a free shot, and he desperately tries to get it, but he gets it a little bit off. Article shoots it again, and it's going to miss. Gummy putting great pressure here. Plaz dumping it back down to the Penguin zone, trying to give them a second line change, giving them a little bit of time. But it's going to bounce weird here off the back of the net, as Exalted is trying to get a nice little setup here. Possibly shot, a nice little chip shot. Tip! And Shark is easily going to swat that away with his stomach. But Plaz picks back up with the rebound. And Exalted is fighting to get his hands back on that puck, but Articles is going to come back here with speed. A great show stoppage here by Shark. We know that he's also a very, very, very respected goaltender, probably in the top 5 conversation for MPHL. Weird bounce here, but Vex does not successfully get that off. As Sam is pinning it back up to center ice, trying to get a little bit of a dump here or something to do with it. Weird bounce off the ice in front of the net, but Blood is going to pick it back up and try to get it down to center ice. And it's going to look like a 2-on-0 opportunity here. Possible pass here with a tip. And they're going to unsuccessfully do so. 30 seconds left on the clock in the second period. A free shot, it looks like tippage. And it's going to not even hit the net there, sadly. However, Scythe is getting another chance here. Straight up off the net. Desperately getting the rebounds. The Vamps are not doing a really good job. Meme Scythe right in front of the net. Possible shot here again. Blocked away from Sammy. And Meme gets another shot save here by Gummy. Gummy trying to get his hands on it, but he's unsuccessful in doing so. But the Penguins are really putting that pressure on him. However, it's finally diminished by the Vamps as they clear it away. Exalted with 3 seconds left. Trying to get a maybe shot here off, but he's not having much luck since the Penguins are just playing much better, solid hockey defensively. They're putting the pressure on the Vamps, making it not easy for them to score. They're limiting the amount of times that they can get to the net. And Shark is also, again, a very solid goaltender, putting the pressure on them, not giving them much to work with. And as a result, it's a 2-0 score, and with a huge shot on goal disparity. And we're looking at a possible shutout here for Shark if he plays everything perfectly, if he does everything by the books, if he keeps showing up for his team as the Penguins are defensively for him. It's definitely looking kind of like a slaughterhouse here. And with the third period starting pretty soon, we'll have to see what's going on here, but as we're starting the third period here with 5 seconds in, Articles is already putting on the pressure on, and it's going to have a weird bounce, but they're going to get it out of the zone quite nicely. And Article is trying to ram it into the goalie here, putting the pressure on him, giving Gummy something to worry about, but it's going to be swatted away here by the Vamps goalie. And Ninja Siemens on the ice here, trying to get a shot off, but it's going to be swatted away by the Vamps defense. And Exalted picking it back up here for a nice shot down the ice at the blue line as they're trying to make something happen here. Shark could be swatting it away, but it fails to do so. And Rylan is back on the ice here with Exalted trying to get desperately back into the offensive zone so they can make something happen, try to tie this game up as fast as possible. But they unsuccessfully do so as they dump it down into the Vamps zone. Gummy blocks again, trying to swat it out here. Unsuccessfully does so. This is a possible free goal here. Articles gets hit massively. And it looks like Articles needs to get in the weight room as soon as possible as he gets slammed over here easily by the Vamps. As Articles is trying to pick it back up here, trying to redeem that shot that he had earlier, and it's going to be saved by Gummy. Gummy easily gloving it away there. Very dangerous opportunity as they were both in the crease. And it's going to be 26 shots on goal to 7. And with already a minute and a few seconds into the third period, it is not looking good for the Vamps. They have not had a single shot on goal here in this period, even with a few minutes in. So we're going to see what this ends up being. However, already starting off into this period, it's not looking very good. The momentum is on the Penguin side as it's going to be cleared down in here to the blue. And Vex trying to pick it up for a shot and gets hit by Rylan, a huge hit. As the Penguins try to pick it back up and clear it down. But Sammy's actually going to pick it up here, fighting for the puck. But Blood, I think, is going to easily just swat this away with no problem, passing it down into the center ice as Vex is trying to put it up here. But Gummy's going to look for a pass off, and he does so. Hits off of one of his defenders. Meme does not have enough speed to do anything for him. And then Sammy's trying to pick it up here down at blue line, but he's going to try to dump it down. And he's going to successfully put it up here for a 2-on-1 opportunity, but he's going to dump it down here instead for Shark to swat it away. As Plaz is looking for that wraparound, looking for that pass in front. Looking for something dangerous to make it at least a 2-1-on-1 game with 3 minutes already played. And a huge hit by Plaz, absolutely posterized. We might need a casket. And Exalted trying to get in front. Unsuccessfully does so, and the Penguins swat it away again. And they get it out easily with not much to worry about there. One small, measly little shot on goal. However, other than that, they've handled that very well. Vex easily swats it away again, looking for that shot, but he doesn't have much speed. Tip in front. And Gummy swats it away, looking for the rebound, and he misses. But Scythe is still fighting for it desperately, and they're just getting rocked play after play after play. I can't imagine it's easy to do anything while your ass is on the ice. And Exalted picks it up here, going for a shot, and he misses completely. And Plaz is looking for that wraparound. 2 minutes and 30 seconds already played. Shark coming back here to try to help out, but is getting pushed around by his teammates, and it's going to be swatted away, thank God. But Articles coming back in here, looking to redeem himself, and messes it up. And it's going to be swatted away from here from Gummy as he recovers the puck and gloves it. And we're seeing a little bit of a, kind of a conundrum here as the Penguins are just not really letting up anything. And they're kind of just allowing Gummy to just handle all of the onslaught. I'm not sure if the Vamps, have any sort of, contingency plan here. However, they're failing quite miserably. Articles looking for the shot off the face-off. However, he's getting unsuccessfully here by Exalted. And they're going to dub it down here to center ice again, hit off of a head. And Plazarov trying to make that saving play here. 2 minutes left. And the Penguins managed to get it back into their defensive zone, but it's going to be swatted back. And Shark trying to make me make a pass off there, but he doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the time. Penguins bang it back into the mid-center. As Ninja getting his TOI, trying to defend Exalted, but unsuccessfully does so as Shark was ready for that shot, but it's not quite on net. And a little bit of a pressure coming in here as Exalted is fighting desperately for that puck just so he can get that pass off into the center. But the Penguins defense giving him quite some trouble. Exalted eventually gets it back up. She goes for a shot, low shot, but it's going to miss the net. And Exalted picking it back up here, gets slammed here away. And Ninja looking up here to get that one-on-one opportunity. 1 minute left. Going for the dangles, and he whiffs completely, wasting that one-on-one opportunity. Plaz blocks the shot here for the Vamps. 1 minute left. And, there's a minute left on the clock. However, we've seen crazier things happen in the past. We've seen some comebacks and with 1 minute left. And Vex picks it back up, not giving them that opportunity, gaining speed here from another one-on-one shot. Takes a shot, scores! And Gummy unsuccessfully makes the save. And just digging a deeper and deeper hole for the Atlanta Vamps to do anything. And it looks like it's going to be a big blowout here. In terms of MPHL terms, that's most definitely a huge blowout. 3 goals is, especially looking at the shots on goal, looking at the defense, looking how that played all game, it's not looking too good for the Vamps. 40 seconds left on the clock. A little bit over. So we'll see if they try to, think of something. Maybe think of a contingency plan, and maybe it looks like we have to take the, goalie out of the net, get that 4th man out there. But Meme Scythe's picking it back up. Goes for a shot. Low shot save here from Gummy. Desperately trying to keep them in the game with 40 seconds left. I'm not quite too sure if they have that leverage here to make something happen. However, we have seen crazier things. 40.6 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd period. Meme Scythe exalted coming in here. 38 seconds left. And the Penguins desperately, just trying to hold on to that lead, make sure that they don't have any chance of coming back, break their morale for the next time that they see each other, perhaps. And Vex is fighting really well here at center ice. Exalted picking it up here at the blue line. Has maybe a chance. What's up? And Gummy Blocks trying to give it off. And Gummy Blocks is again coming in for the Penguins and giving them a little bit of leeway with 40 to 10 shots on goal. Again, I cannot stress that enough. That is a lot more chances for them to score. And judging by the scoreboard, they've also been a little bit more of quantity as well and quality. 15 seconds left here in the Vamps zone, which is not looking good. It looks like this game is going to be a big blowout. Kind of an unexpected appearance here, given that both of these teams look very solid. We're trying to see if we can make something bigger here in the playoffs, but the Penguins just coming out and making the big signings at the last second, all the signings that they needed, and they do a great job in doing so. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Big blowout here. The Penguins take this first game, putting that 1-0 that they needed, and they're going to try to look forward in the next game, put that momentum up, and it's going to be a great first game here. Thank you for sticking around. Look to play for the second one. There's going to be a big game, Passion, before the minors, so we hope you guys stick around.